Good day everyone, I am Vincent Jude A. Valdez with my groupmates. It starts with Leonard John Merin, Ruby Jane Torres, Nico J. Sumili, Noreen Lamalinaw, Crisela Quiteles, and Jello Nathaniel Ednave. Our case study analysis is about strategic alliances in the airline industry, and it starts with our introduction. In recent years, airlines have hurriedly forged alliances out of a fear of falling behind. Despite the fact that national laws frequently ban foreign ownership, the alliances are sufficiently extensive that they qualify as virtual mergers. As some of airlines have adopted a different competitive stance, there are still some noticeable discrepancies. Motivations for alliance formation in the airline sector. Given uncertainty in the macro environment, the airline used scenario planning techniques to develop future strategies. Huge advances have been made in technology, education, and global trade. These four forces have converged and manifested as the information, economic restructuring, and global competition. External drivers, information revolution. The United States Airline Deregulation Act of 1978 opened up a new world of competitive threats and opportunities for airlines. This resulted in the creation of sophisticated computer reservation systems, or CRS. The proliferation of CRS systems, first in the East, then Europe, and elsewhere, created a powerful marketing tool.
Economic restructuring. The 1994 Chicago Convention established the bilateral system of air services agreements between two national governments. Domestic services were deregulated in the United States in 1978, followed by Canada, the United Kingdom, Australia, and New Zealand in the 1980s. Parallel liberalization of international air services has been much slower. There is mounting evidence that removing bilateral agreements and other intervention barriers can reduce fares. Requirements for designated airlines to be owned by a regional of the state involved are common. The European Union's Third Air Transport Package, implemented in April 1997, places no restrictions on the amount of stock that a Union national or a Union airline can own in another European Union state.
Global competition. Globalization has a significant impact on organizational form. It has been argued that the ability of larger businesses to compete effectively on a global scale will determine their success or failure. Global competition is clearly advanced in industries such as automobiles, pharmaceuticals, soft drinks, and financial services. The figure in Appendix 6 depicts the importance of what on May 1980-90 refers to as the trade markets of Japan, North America, and Europe. International air travel will continue to outpace economic activity as measured by GDP. However, it will not be uniform around the world, with some regions outpacing others.
There are 5 internal drivers. First is risk sharing. Strategic alliances are viewed as an appealing risk hedging mechanism because neither partners bears the entire cost and cost of alliance activity. Developing new or existing routes becomes less risky if the partners operating the routes have well-established marketing clout in the two markets of either end of the alliance. Next is economies of scale, scope, and learning. Evidence suggests that as airlines expand their networks, their unit costs do not fall significantly. Savings appear to be driven primarily by attracting more traffic to a given network rather than expanding it into new markets. These savings can be realized if alliance partners connect the existing networks. Example, the benefit of economies of learning is a strong motivator for alliance formation, such as experience. Existing suppliers have more information about the market and can tailor their services to specific customer needs, whereas new entrants would have to sink resources into acquiring such information.
The third part of internal drivers, access to assets, resources, and competencies. Internal redundancies can be reduced by working with partners who have different set of such characteristics. As certain airports have valuable assets that are appealing to alliance partners. Alliances can provide relatively easy access to a route by allowing access to partners' assets.
The fourth part of internal drivers, shape competition. Alliances may be the only viable way for smaller, less sophisticated airlines to compete with larger, more sophisticated rivals. By forming alliances with a rival, you can put pressure on the profits and market share of a common competitor. The last part of internal drivers, alliance structure and scope. Because of the unique nature and operating environment of the airline industry, alliances must be structured to meet a variety of needs. Determining the structure and scope of alliance necessitates careful consideration of numerous issues. A significant amount of the effort may be required to develop a comprehensive understanding of this issue.
Evaluation of alliance performance. The multifaceted objectives of many alliances, as well as the difficulties involved in assigning financial measures, make evaluating alliances performance difficult. Not all ongoing alliances can be considered successful because inertia or high exit costs may account for their termination. Airline alliance success and failure. For example, supposedly due to equity stakes demonstrates the instability of airline strategic alliances. Airlines now have higher expectations of their alliances and are more willing to cancel agreements and switch partners if the alliances fail to deliver.
Again, we are Group 1 and this is our case study analysis entitled Strategic Alliances in the Airline Industry. If you have any question or clarification, don't hesitate to ask or leave a message in the comment section. Thank you and God bless.